Hi, welcome back to this channel. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to load custom post type content dynamically in the page. For example, as you see in the screen, when we click book title 3, we have the content, book title 2, we have the content, book title 1, we have the content. To do so, we're going to use the WordPress REST API and also making some DOM manipulation. This is an advanced topic. I suppose that you know how to configure a WordPress site, how to encrypt, styles and scripts in the site, and some basic WordPress files hierarchy. If you don't know these topics, I have plenty of these videos on this channel. Please go to see them first, then go back. With that being said, let's begin. As we're gonna use the WordPress REST API, what is REST API? If you look through the internet, the acronym stands for Representational State Transfer. It is a software architectural style that was created to guide the design and development of the architecture for the World Wide Web. Okay, and the data will come as JSON. I hope that you know already JSON. If not, so let me give you a quick example. You can see, okay, for example, so here this is I don't this is an example of JSON. You see, key value. Okay, this is an example of JSON. So the data will come formatted like this. Okay, so let's go back now. I will leave this link. Okay, now we have in the WordPress developer handbook. So how to add support for your, REST API support for your custom post type. I mean, uh, as you can see, this is the simplest way to create a custom post type. Okay, and now this is a more complete example, and you see the name. Okay, we have plenty of these examples in this channel. Okay, but I'm gonna use this example to make it more easy for you to follow along, but you can definitely making um any custom post type. So as I consider you already know that, so you will have to add this three line, okay, show invoice true, and then rest base, books, as our custom post type is book, rest base is books. Okay, for example, if it was music here, custom post type music, you will add musics here. Okay, and now you add rest controller class this. Okay, this three line. So let's implement this in our code editor. As we will need the single custom post type content to query, we need to add support for it. To do so, let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna grab this example. Okay, but if it was, for example, musics, you will, you would add musics slash and the post ID. Okay, this is pretty simple. Okay, so I use this, so you're gonna read the documentation and follow along, but it is pretty easy to follow. And now let's go back, paste everything here. Now the question, how to query, the endpoint. Okay, how to know the endpoint. So according to the WordPress handbook, so I'm gonna go here, okay, to query the endpoint, you will have to add at the end of your home URL this. If it was music, you would add music here, but mine is books. We'll stick with this example. And now you see the home URL like so. For example, localhost /page API and okay, WP dash JSON /WP /v2 books. And now if you press enter, okay, as you can see, these data are JSON. And why it is well formatted, it's because I've added an extension in my browser, okay, or JSON extension, okay, to see that. As you can see, I have added, this is my custom post type, as I suppose you already know how to create a custom post type, which is very easy. We have done plenty of example, and I have registered, I mean, 3 posts in the custom post type. Okay, so this is one post. Okay, I've added this image, and if we go back, I have this book title 2. Okay, and the third example, book title 1. Okay, so that's it. Now I will show you how to implement this. Okay, how to have this result, because our focus will be um, in the REST API and the DOM manipulation. So let's go to our home page, template, to make the basic configuration, and also go to JavaScript to make all of these happen. In our code editor, we have some basic HTML markup. Okay, so here this is the title, loading custom post type content dynamically. And here we have one row, we have 2 columns. Okay, the first one, I will add, the post titles. Okay, all the titles will go here, and the post content will go here. We will manipulate the DOM. Okay, here and here. Okay, we're gonna use this ID and this class. Okay, now as you can see in my assets folder, JS folder, and main, I have an empty file, and I will begin, here. Okay, so if you go back, as you can see, refresh, um, I have only the basic configuration file. And now let's go back to our code editor in the JS file, okay, because I've already encrypted, as you can see, this main file, okay, this main JS, okay. And now in the main JS, let's write the scripts to query, the endpoint and manipulate the DOM. Okay, now in our JS file, let's fetch the data. Let's add a comment, fetch data. Okay, we're going to add a function. Okay, function, let's name it page um, book data. Okay, so we're gonna use the fetch API. Okay, this is part of the browser fetch. Okay, and the URL, as I've told you, HTTP. We're gonna use the home URL column // localhost / fetch API. This is the name of our WordPress folder, fetch API forward slash, we're gonna use WP dash JSON. I've showed you before. WP forward slash WP forward slash V2 forward slash books, and it will return a promise. Then, okay, we'll accept a function has parameter. We will return a response, okay, and return response.json, okay, and we'll have to add then again, okay, now we will have another function has parameter, and this will be our book, and also we're gonna console log, I mean the book, to see what we have, and also if errors, let's catch error. Error. Okay, let's console log error. Okay. And now let's execute. Like so. Let's say as we print the result in the console, so let's take a look to see what we have. Okay, go back and let's reload and let's check in the console. Okay, as you can see in the console, I have, I mean, 3 books. Okay, so if we expand, okay, as you can see, let me show you the title. You see, book title 3. Okay, so we have the results. So we have JSON data. Okay, we have JSON data. Our post has JSON data. Okay, so now let's go back. Okay, let's go back in our code editor. Okay, so as we have 3 posts, we're gonna, I mean, we're gonna need, I mean, each single post, okay, to do so, because I will, I mean, show on the left side, I mean, uh, the post titles on the left side. So to do so, I'm gonna pass here, okay, append, another function, append data, let's name it. And I'm gonna pass the book. This book I have as parameter. This book I have um, in the function. Okay, I'm gonna pass as parameter in the happen data. Okay, and now, okay, now let's create this function. In this function, we're gonna also manipulate the DOM and also print each post title. Okay, because we have 3 posts, we have to loop, okay, to retrieve each post. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, now function. Okay, so we have data. Okay, but we could have named it whatever we want. So let's test first of all if we get the data. Okay, to avoid error. Okay, so we're gonna loop. I mean, through each book, because we have here 3 books. We have passed here 3 books. Okay, and to do so, I'm gonna make a loop, use for each loop. Now this is for HTML version. For JavaScript will be for each, like so. And as parameter, we have, I mean, data for single in for single book. If you want, you could add ID, but I'm not gonna use. Okay, so here, okay, what we are going to do, let's console log first to see what we have. Console log, okay, and let's say console in data, okay, and we have d, okay, d, I mean that title, okay. So let's give a try in the browser. We have print this in the browser console, in the console of the browser. Let's take a look to see what we have. So we go back again. Let's refresh. Okay, as you can see, I have named it console data. I have each book title. Okay, makes sense. Okay, and now I will manipulate the DOM to print each book title here on the left side. Let's do that. Now let's manipulate the DOM. Okay, so you see this in the left side, the post title. I'm gonna select this element. Okay, so var ul element, okay, equal document in that get element by ID, okay, and our ID would be this post title. Okay, and now let's create an element in the DOM, li element, let li, let it's for ES6, okay, JavaScript version, document, okay, that create element. We are going to create this element in the DOM, okay, li, okay, and now we're gonna need the ID of the single of each single post type, okay, ID single post type, okay, so let ID. So what we are going to do, so we're gonna take this D, okay, D dot ID, okay. So let me show you real quick where we grab this. Okay, as you can see, let me show you in the console. Let's expand this more. Okay, as you can see, this is the ID that we're gonna grab. Okay, each post has an ID. You see, this one is 28.4. Okay, let's go back. Okay, and okay, after that, if we want, we can console log the ID, okay, to see if we get the ID, okay, and yeah, this is for development purpose. All this log is for development purpose. After that, we should comment this out. Okay, and also I'm gonna create HTML that we're gonna inject in the DOM. Okay, let HTML equal. I'm gonna use a JavaScript syntax template string. Okay, and I'm gonna create a element, a class. Oops, not you. A class equal. Okay. I'm gonna use template, we are using template string. Let's say btn default. Okay, and btn block to make um, the total width btn block. Okay, and after that, I'm gonna concatenate the that title that rendered. Mm, rendered. Okay, like so. And after that, concatenate it the a tag. We're gonna close the a tag. Okay, okay, like so. And we're gonna need to add the on-click event. Okay, to show the single post, because here we are going to to have I can say that each we are going to have each post title on the left side. Okay, so okay, now li that inner html equal html, this html variable we have created. Okay, and then in our post title UI element that append child, we're gonna append this li. Okay, okay, and now let's see. So let's give a try. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, guys, as you can see, we have our post title here. Okay, have our post title here. And now we need to show the post content. For each post title, we need to show the post content. So let's go back again in our code editor. Okay, now let's load the single post element. Okay, add comment. Okay, load the single post content. Okay, like so. Um, Now let's write a function here. We're gonna add on-click event. Okay, in this HTML element. Okay. Um, okay. On-click. Okay. Event equal. Let's say like this. Let's name the function single. Typo here. Single post book. Okay, and we're gonna pass a parameter. We wanna pass as parameter, the ID, because we're gonna need each post ID to load the single ID. Okay, so I'm gonna pass um, this is a JavaScript. Okay, ES6, so you could verify. Um, we pass the ID in the function so that um, each time we click, we get the correct ID and we load the the post related to this ID. Okay, so we have this function single post. Okay, now we get this ID and like so. Okay, so we're gonna test if we have the ID to avoid error, and also we're gonna fetch again. Okay, this time we're gonna fetch. We can copy everything from here. We're gonna make some basic change. This time we're gonna need only the single. Okay, this is if I go back with you, as you can see, um, we see this is to load the single post, the single book. And here um, I will also use template string instead of quote. Okay, like so. And let's add the variable here. Okay, and I will pass this ID here. Okay, like so, because I'm loading right now the single post. And if you're curious enough, sorry, because I already have this data, let me, I mean, comment this out. Also, this one, comment this out. Okay, and now the single post data. Let me console log to see this is the single book. Single book. Okay, like so. And let's say, okay, let's we're not going to use this again. Okay, so let's console log when we click to see what we have, if we have the correct book. Okay, so let's go to our code editor. Let's refresh again. Okay, and now let's click book title 3. As you can see, we have single book. This is the ID, book title 3. Let me show you that we have in the title, book title 3. Let's say book title 2. Okay, and as you can see, book title 2. Okay, so everything is great for now. Let's go back to our code editor to finish this work. We are almost done with our work. So let's go to manipulate this part, post content render. Okay, copy and main.js. Okay. Before that, I'm gonna change book to something else. Because I already have book here, but the result will stay the same. Let's say single book, and here single book. And now let's manipulate the DOM var post equal document dot query selector. Okay, and what we are going to select, we are going to select this post content render. Okay, and after that, let's post this variable that we have created, that inner HTML will receive, this single book. Okay, and that content. Okay, that rendered. Oh, rendered. Okay, let's save. So if you're curious enough where we found this, so we're gonna refresh and look in the console. Okay, now let's go. In now sites. Okay, refresh. Okay, and now if you click, as you can see, we have manipulated the DOM. Okay, book title, book post book description 3 and 2. Okay, and 1. And this when the red, let me show you in the post content. Okay, content here. Okay, so as you can see, we have content when the red. Okay, This is why we have a single book that contain that rendering. Okay, guys, that was it for this lesson. Hope that you learn something in this lesson. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you have question, please drop your questions in the comment section and share to your friend. The more you like the video, the more it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So with that being said, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.